So the message for today, at times God will allow the situation to get worse in order to stretch your faith. Or as I like to put sometimes, it's almost like as if the enemy has the advantage, So we look at Job 36:15. It says, but by the means of their suffering, he rescues those who suffer, for he gets their attention through adversity. So anytime a situation is going on that you don't understand, you can always ask God, what do you want me to learn from this? And that's what I do myself. Job 5:17. Behold, happy is the man whom God corrects. It therefore do not despise discipline of the Almighty. So we can be happy with the way God corrects us. But reading the story of Gideon was a coward, And so if you read Judges chapter 7, Gideon was a coward, and God, said he was a mighty man of valor because God knew where he, what he was. Gideon didn't know who he was, and God told him who he was and encouraged him. So, God got him to, convinced him to get up and fight, you got to fight. And he was like, I'm the weakest clan or whatever, and God likes to use ordinary people, to do extraordinary things. So, Gideon got up and he was like, okay, God, I'm ready. And so he got 32,000 men, ready to fight, And God was like, you got too many. But now watch this. Gideon had 32,000 men, right? God told him you got too many, but they were up against 135,000. Okay, God, you funny, because we got too many men. Are you serious? Like, we need all these men we got. So Gideon convinces him, God convinces him, and he comes back and he, like 10,000 men leave, and he like, no, you got too many. And it gets all the way down to 300. That's where we get the story of 300 or whatever. And then God, like, you got enough. Really, God? So first I was a coward. I didn't really want to do this. Now you convinced me to go fight. I get all these men to go fight. The enemy has 135,000. I'm like, yeah, we got 32,000. We about to go in there. And God, like, you got too many. Okay, so Judges 7:7. It says, then the Lord said to Gideon, by the 300 men who lapped, I will save you. So God said he's going to save me. So I must be in position to be saved. Okay, and deliver the Midianites into your hand. So God is going to get the glory. That's what God's going to do, because sometimes if the situation isn't like that, then we'll give ourselves the glory, or somebody give us the glory. That's why we're supposed to give God the glory, because, that's what God wants, And we know without faith, it's impossible to please God. But at times, God got to stretch our faith, right? So Hebrews 12:2, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and has sat down at the right hand of the throne, through God's throne. So we got to understand that, again, at times God will allow the situation to get worse in order to stretch your faith. So I look at it like this. If everything was so easy, would we really need God? No, we wouldn't. But he wants to stretch our faith, because a lot of times we won't stretch. That's why he says, for we walk by faith and not by sight. See, we gotta do some action, so you just got to understand that, God is stretching your faith so that you can trust him. And then when you can pull from old situations and be like, what, if God got me out of this, he can get me out of that. That's why it says now faith, because we need now faith. So that's what God's going to do. So that's what God wants to do. He wants to stretch our muscles. He wants to stretch our faith. So hopefully you caught that. I pray these words go past that and you be encouraged. Love y'all. God bless.